Good morning, Patriot fam, and happy Freedom Friday. Also, happy Halloween, which is why we're in.
It feels like fall.
It does feel like fall.
Florida.
It is 60 degrees here, you guys.
It's cold. It was good.
If it was not inappropriate, I would put my legs up and show you guys my shoes.
It's not.
But it is so inappropriate.
Let's get ready.
No, wait, I can't because it.
Oh, maybe not.
Can't do it. We can't do it.
That'll be the clip.
It will be. They'll be like, oh my gosh. But yes, thank you for joining Open Mic Ladies this morning. And thank you for Spotify, our Spotify audience, our TikTok audience, which we are live on TikTok right now, and everywhere else that you guys are watching and viewing us from. So if you are in the chat right now,
she's been on like.
show us, let me know, comment below
Yes.
where you're joining from and what your favorite candy is.
Oh.
What's your favorite candy?
All things but candy corn. Like I can't do candy corn.
About to fight.
What?
No, I don't like candy corn, but everybody in my chat is like they love candy corn.
Oh well, y'all. I can't. What is it?
I don't know.
What is it?
It's high fructose corn syrup is what it is, mixed with like gelatin, which is
Okay, but if I'm gonna say favorite, I like those little bite-size Snickers, like the little
the
ones.
bite-sized Snickers.
Because like you can have a handful
Those are good.
before you feel like you've really had a candy bar. You know?
Yeah, well, I like all the dark chocolate candies.
I know you do.
Those are what? Those are my favorite. I cannot. Because that is not even remotely accurate for what you're talking about.
White chocolate.
All right, guys, we have a lot that we are going to discuss today on this show, including ending the filibuster. And,
Hey, you know what?
what?
Thune, Congressman Thune finally found a little bit of fire and a little bit of passion, and I'm here for it. We're going to talk about the AutoPen scandal a little bit more, as well as showing you some highlights.
Team. They're like still laughing back there.
As well as talking about,
I guess, like, cream and sugar. It's just,
I'm trying to
is
get
this
it back.
coffee or is this milk? I don't even know at this point.
I'm trying to get it back. I'm so sorry. Oh, but can we just take a quick break though and say that she had me spit out. I had spit coffee everywhere in our TikTok pre-game.
Yes.
Pre-show, pre-game. We're not pre-gaming.
It's Halloween. It's like we're just off the rails today. It's just gonna be that kind of show.
I'd say open the mic, but apparently it's already open. Let's roll.
Taking back our freedom, back to where we started. We're wearing our red hat tonight. It takes more than just a feeling. Oh, better be believing, and America's gonna be home.
What do you do when they try to cancel you? MAGA nation, we cancel proof. My red hat stays on. My red hat stays on. You know I love Gabbard and Trump. I trust November 5th. You gon' ride with us? Our red hat stays on. Our red hat stays on. It's the mayor of MAGAville, the RNC king. 2024 freedom gon' ring. Mr. Red, white, and blue. I'm still fighting for each one of you. And keep your red hat on.
All right. Thank you for joining us, guys. Don't forget, whatever you're doing right now, make sure you get out there and follow at Real Ali Leger, at Michelle Posey on all platforms. If you're on TikTok, it's at Michelle Posey and at Ali Marie. But get on there and make sure you follow us. And of course, follow at Open Mic Ladies on all platforms. If you want to know where else you can view us, check out openmicladies.com. We're going to have some swag coming. Hopefully in the new year, we'll be getting that. Plus, I think it's okay to say it because it's in production. Makeup.
Ooh.
Open Mic Cosmetics.
Guys, you're totally going to love our eyeshadow palette. It is just, it's out of pocket. That's all I gotta say. It's out of pocket. That's all I gotta say.
Careful what you say to an open mic lady.
Just careful what you say to a Latina. We don't forget shit.
You broke our tech room. They're broken. They're over there.
We quit. Tech team is like, oh, we're done for the day. Like I don't even know what's happening. It's fine.
You need a Latina woman in your life. See what we bring. See the fun.
The fire.
And the
fuego. All right, let's get into this agenda, girl, before we're running out of time.
Not me this morning. Like, what? How would you explain a filibuster? So, if you know what a filibuster is,
It's like your girlfriend. You're trying to get a word in, and your girlfriend is just talking. That's really what that is.
I think we saved that for wifey, to be honest. We don't always.
But then, I mean,
do that in my girlfriend's face. But so a filibuster is a tactic that they use in the U.S. Senate, where one legislator, usually it's somebody like Nancy Pelosi that you don't ever want to hear their voice for that long. But
or like Cory Booker, who was like talking for 17.
They were reading poetry one night. Like, so what they're doing is they get up to speak and they use their time to do like a prolonged, delayed speech to block things from moving forward so that they will not be forced to vote on things. Right. That is a filibuster. It is 100% allowable in the U.S. Senate, although Trump is saying this now. Take a look at this post that Trump made. He said, because of the fact that the Democrats have gone stone cold crazy, the choice is clear. Let's initiate the nuclear option, get rid of the filibuster, and make America great again. This means that they wouldn't be allowed, Allie, to just talk and ramble on aimlessly. So I was like, what is nuclear option? Because he's been using this term a lot.
Yeah.
Nuclear just means it's kind of like part of a procedure where the majority party in the U.S. Senate can change its own rules.
Yeah.
So because now we need 60 votes in order to pass the CR. But to make a change in the rules in the Senate, you only need a majority, which would be 50+1.
Right.
Which we have. So he's saying maybe we go ahead and we change the rules.
I don't think we need that. I honestly think that I really do. I don't think we need that. I think the Democrats are trying to pin us into the corner. I think they're trying to put us so that we have to bend the knee and use something that we don't necessarily need in order to get this done.
I don't know. But Trump filibuster. When is a filibuster ever
too much?
When is it ever okay?
It's not.
Can you imagine going to your child and saying, I need to know why you did this? And they're allowed to stand there aimlessly and read poetry and not answer your question?
No, that's retarded.
Like, it holds up the business of the Senate. So is there an opportunity to look at the procedures going on in the Senate and go, I don't know what they were thinking. That's not okay.
I agree.
I don't know.
He did do like a follow-up post on that Truth. I don't have it.
Wow.
And I'd have to go to Truth to find it, but I don't know. Let us know what you think about that. What do you think? Do you think that we need to, do this nuclear option, press that red button and end the filibuster? Or do you think that we should just continue to hold the line? I don't know. Up to you. You tell us.
What do you think about that? And what do you think about a filibuster at all? Like, is there, help me out, is there a good example of why we would want to use filibuster? And has it been used by the Republican side? I'm sure it has. I just don't know. I would be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed at the fact that I have to prolong a vote, which you put somebody in office to do because of
I would be too, which is probably why Republicans don't use it.
Well, and let me tell you, it's gotten a lot of people heated up, none of which I thought would ever include Senator John Thune.
I know. He's been kind of a pain in the butt in the Senate, to be honest with you.
Oh, and really did not have any MAGA fire in him whatsoever. I'm not saying this is a MAGA fire, but he's upset, rightfully so. Take a listen to what he said yesterday.
And we tried to do that 13 times. You voted no 13 times. This isn't a political game. These are real people's lives that we're talking about. And you all have just figured out, 29 days in, that, there might be some consequences. There are people who run out of money. Yeah, we're 29 days in. And they've done their best to make sure that a lot of these programs are funded. But at some point, the government runs out of money. 13 times, people over here voted to fund SNAP. 13 times they voted to fund WIC. My aching back. Finally realized this thing has consequences.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? What Democrats are doing here. They're making plans to keep the shutdown going.
Ooh, they are making plans to keep the shutdown going.
Listen, November EBT and SNAP payments are not going to happen. That's this weekend, right? So you're going to have, coast to coast, wherever you live, you're going to have people in a panic who cannot afford this month's groceries. Now, we can talk about why the system has gotten so top heavy. We can talk about the fact that we just learned yesterday that 50-some% of the EBT SNAP benefits are going to illegals in this country. Obviously, we need to clean all that up. But as of right now, this weekend, neighbors of yours will be panicked, understandably so. So there are some food pantries and churches and nonprofits that are stepping up to try to fill that void. But this is because of the Democrats.
Yep.
This is because they won't pass a CR, a continuing resolution that they voted on 13 other times under Biden. They had no problem with it. And once actually under Trump. So why would they want to push this type of shortage in November on,
before Thanksgiving,
the month of Thanksgiving? Do you remember what they did during COVID? Do you remember how hot our economy was? Do you remember how bustling the life was that we had back in 2019? They concocted, and we'll get to this story later too, they concocted a virus in a lab to make sure that we could all button down the hatches, lock ourselves in, cover our faces, stand 6 feet apart, and ruined an economy because they hate Trump that much. You have to wonder who they took their oath to if all they can do is knock everything Trump does at the expense of middle-class America. These Democrats did not take an oath to you.
No, and they don't care. They don't care that people are going hungry. They've literally said it. They don't care. They don't care about it. They don't even worry about it. And they know that it's going to cause unrest. They know that it's going to cause chaos. And I said this on the phone with a couple of other of my friends who may or may not have served and may or may not have higher understandings of things than most people do. But we have come to the conclusion that this is like a coup. We are currently watching a color revolution occur in our nation to fund illegal, criminal aliens, to fund foreign pet projects that don't do anything for America or Americans. So,
and you thought it was bad during COVID when you couldn't find toilet paper or bottled water.
Yeah, can you imagine now?
It's like spam. You know what I mean? Like people are.
There's already women. There's already a video that was out. There was a woman who was going to her car with her groceries, and another woman came and like pushed her out the way and stole her grocery cart and like threw all the groceries in her van. I mean, you better not try that shit in Florida.
Try that in a small town or a red state. That ain't going to happen. But I do understand the panic, and the panic is self-inflicted. It's self-inflicted by the Democrat Party. So
yes,
I want our viewers to be aware as we go into this weekend and into next week even. This is part of the plan, I believe. Part of the plan is to stir this kind of unrest, this civil unrest.
Right.
But we've got people now that are speaking out that really don't care about politics. I want you guys to listen to first the Teamsters president. Okay, so you got a union president now speaking about this with J.D. Vance. Take a look.
Took a position. I represent 1.3 million working men and women in this country for the International Brotherhood of Teamsters. We took a position 3 weeks ago. Pass a clean CR, get to the table, negotiate a deal. Do not put working people in the middle of a problem they should not be in there. And we got to think about the families that are going to be affected. Think about when you have to tell your son or daughter they can't play sports because you're not getting paid. Think about when you can't pay your mortgage. Think about when you can't pay your tuition. Put the politics aside, get to the table, negotiate a deal, pass a clean CR right now, and then figure out the problems moving forward. And I want to thank the air traffic controllers. I want to thank the Aviation Administration for all their hard work and sacrifice they make. And look, security and safety of the airlines is paramount. Let's not compromise the safety and security. Pass a clean CR. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean.
I like what he's saying there. He wants the CR passed, and it really is up to the Democrats in the Senate, guys. We have our federal first responders that aren't getting paid. Our military is not getting paid. Our veterans aren't getting paid. Our aviation isn't getting paid. We have people that are that's slavery, right? And so when you have unions,
they're getting paid. Senators,
right? Senators getting paid.
Well, although we had one come out and say he's not
there's
taking
a couple. Check. He doesn't even take a check anyway. He puts his check towards like Foster Foundation. Like he don't even take a paycheck.
Yeah.
So it just, if more representatives were like that, which there are a few, but I honestly feel like there needs to be new rules that are put in place for Congress and for our state legislatures. If you cannot pass a balanced budget, which is one of your main goals as a government, is to pass a balanced budget. If you can't do that, you shouldn't be getting paid.
Right.
Period. And our senators and our representatives should only really be getting paid a mean of the district in which they represent.
Absolutely.
And they shouldn't be insider trading. But, it's going to, incentivize people from running
If
for
that's
Congress.
incentive to run for office, then it's not, you're not a public servant.
You're not serving.
It's not supposed to be a place for you to get rich. It's supposed to be a place for you to go and serve 4, 6, 8 years and get out. Go back and create jobs. Let somebody else in. This is so crazy. Well, it's not just him that spoke out. Also, the CEO of United Airlines is speaking out. This, Allie, we've got travel coming up soon.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous.
Think about all the holiday
and
travel.
you don't have Clear. I do. So I could skip the line, but I might have to take you with me.
Girl, they're gonna examine things.
We're gonna have to get there 4.5 hours early because that line.
I'm sure I'm on some list somewhere.
Look,
she looks sketchy. Take a listen, CEO of United Airlines.
Start by really thanking the professionals, the air traffic controllers, the folks at the TSA, also the FAA, the people in management. They're working hard. They are keeping the skies safe. They've minimized delays. Fewer than 2% of flights have been delayed so far because of air traffic control shortages. So they've done a great job. But it's putting stress on people. It's not fair to those people. It's also putting stress on the economy. You know, the first couple of weeks this had no impact on the economy, but as every day goes by, the impacts start to grow. And airlines are a pretty good real-time indicator of the economy, and we start to see still minor, but steep booking impact, and you see that happening in the economy. We put the whole economy at risk. And so it's been 30 days, and while I don't have a position on which partisan side and how things should be settled with health care, it has been 30 days. I also think it is time to pass a clean CR, use that as the opportunity to get into a room behind closed doors and negotiate hard on the real and substantive issues that the American people want our politicians on both sides of the aisle to solve. But let's get a clean CR and get that negotiation done behind closed doors without the pressure and without putting the American workers.
And here's the thing, Allie, this is what happens when you don't balance a budget. If we, the only reason why we have to continue resolutions is because we can't even come to an agreement on a budget.
Absolutely.
We used to say this a lot. We would say, you know, go ahead and let the government shut down because we're tired of CRs. And largely we are. But it's been 31
days without pay. Without pay. Families without pay. But you know what? Honestly, now we are in the age of information.
Yeah.
We are in the age of revelation since 2020. Yeah. 2020 is hindsight, right? Yeah. So what happened in 2020? The veil was lifted off of our school, our schools, what were going on in our schools. The veil was lifted off of our medical industry and what was going on with our medical industry.
Yes.
Now we are watching our government. We are watching our federal taxpayer-funded federal programs and what is going on with that. 59% of illegals are on SNAP from Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, who in their culture, the men don't really work. They go to their meetings. The women aren't allowed to work, and the men are allowed to have more than one wife. So you have a house, let's say, of one man and 4 women, and each of the 4 women have 5 kids. That's like $20,000 coming into a household. Your tax dollars.
Yeah, absolutely.
Meanwhile, we have homeless veterans. We have single mothers and single fathers that can't afford to put food on their table. So they're accessing SNAP or they're accessing housing. And that's frustrating, right? So it's just crazy.
Well, you guys, wherever you're following us from, please make sure you drop a comment below. We've got a troll.
We do?
We love the comments, and it's okay. Chris Warby, I hope I'm saying that last name correctly. Apologize if I'm not. But he is really upset about Trump. He says that we fund foreign countries like Israel who bomb children. This is part of what he's saying here. This is interesting, you guys, because
he must have followed us from TikTok because
and that's
usually don't get trolls.
It's okay. We love it. We love it.
It's fine.
Another thing that he's talking about is that we push propaganda. I think it's pretty funny that you think propaganda is when people actually engage in a dialogue about topics. To me, Chris, and I could be wrong, Propaganda is when you're told what to believe and
Right.
you don't have any opportunity to actually engage in conversation. And that happens pretty much on every mainstream news network that you'll see. There's nothing wrong with two engaged ladies sitting down and having a conversation unless you're so in your feelings that you can't handle somebody with actually an opposite opinion of yours. I'm happy to engage in conversation, but some of the name calling and being called, you know, idiots or like you don't know what you're talking about, come at me with some facts.
Right,
please.
like if you can't bring facts to the table, we can't have a conversation.
If you're not bringing facts, you're bringing fiction, sir. And let's just continue here
There you go.
because I wonder what Chris's response would be to this next clip. You know,
Ooh, this is
Allie,
good.
there is a very well-known podcaster on the left.
Yeah.
Her name's Jennifer Welch. And you're going to hear this quick soundbite and then another independent journalist talking here. But the soundbite is really quick. A journalist saying, you know, so do you think that something should happen to me because I believe in the same things as Charlie Kirk? And I want you to listen to this person's response. And then the podcaster who has a platform, a large
Right.
platform, listen to her
to what they
response.
say.
Take a listen.
So earlier today, we got some information that said that things are so bad in Washington, D.C., that Democrat leaders aren't talking to anybody. They're not talking to their caucus. They're not talking to Republicans. They're not talking to anybody. And I think now we know why. I'm going to show you two clips. The first one is going to help you understand what they're terrified of. And the second one is going to help you understand why they're not budging and why they fully intend on seeing SNAP benefits completely eliminated, at least for the month of November. They need people in the streets.
A friend just said she'd be happy if I died.
Wow.
So listen up, Democratic establishment. You can either jump on board with this shit, or we're coming after you in the same way that we come after MAGA. Period.
There you go. That is one of the biggest podcasters
Wow.
on the radical left that exists today, a woman by the name of Jennifer Welch. And her show, her opinions are disgusting. And there you have it. She is threatening the Democrats that unless they get on board with the attitude that it is okay to assassinate your political opponents, they're coming after them next. The other piece of this
We
that
can
you
bring it
have
back,
to understand is that the Democrats have no intention
They have no intention of solving this problem, which we said. But this is, listen, they did this through COVID. We saw this as well. If you didn't get your jab in your arm, you were expendable. Remember Biden talked about the winter of death?
Yeah, and they wanted everybody to die.
And I'm
there were
telling you,
people literally on the internet that if you don't get vaccinated, we hope you die.
don't bother going to the emergency room.
Right, that part.
And there were people that were hospitalized, loved ones like my dad, that were, as they're not being treated properly, they're being told, you know, if you just would have wore 2 masks, you wouldn't be here.
And got all of your boosters, all 18.
Well, those weren't available at the time that my dad was hospitalized. But I'm just going to say, but meanwhile, don't treat him for his diabetes, because I'm sure that didn't contribute to his death. But this is the problem, guys, is that they've long said who they are. Now they're very comfortable. It's like when you overplay your hand. Anybody ever think of the political spectrum as like a pendulum that swings one way and the other? We have gone so far left that now this has become normal. This has become normalized to be able to say that you cannot handle, as this person, Chris, on Facebook, you can't handle somebody else's opinion, so you have to come in and try to belittle them. You can't actually talk about topics. Let's talk about topics. I bet we're all for not bombing and having young ones, you know, their lives be destroyed. But
used as shields like Hamas was doing.
are you equally as upset when those young ones aren't bombed but are smuggled across our southern border and sold into sex slavery?
Into sex, exactly.
I mean, where were you when the Biden administration did that? Were you
Right.
crying and screaming then?
No.
Or are you just a political troll? And that's
Right.
the issue. That is the issue.
Oh, for real, like, and so I'm getting these comments too on TikTok where it's like, oh, I get them all the time. Candace Owens' twin, Candace Owens' best friend, Candace Owens
wishes.
Candace Owens. And I'm like, bro, why are you saying that? Are you saying it, one, because I'm brown skinned and I'm speaking my mind?
Tell me you're not racist.
Right, check your bias. And then I usually get it from people that look like me, and I'm like, oh, so you can't talk about anything substantial. You only want to talk about my character or what I look like instead of actually talking about the issues. Guys, if we are not talking about the issue at hand is making sure that we put America, Americans, and American interests first, period, above all things. The United States Constitution is the greatest equalizer.
Absolutely.
I don't give a whip what color you are.
Yep.
I don't give a whip what your religious background is.
Amen.
Our United States Constitution lays out parameters of proper roles and responsibilities of our government. It lays out the proper roles in our own governance, meaning we need to take an active participation role in how we move our government. because we have to give our consent in order to be governed. And if we are not participating and we are not talking about the issues and we're not trying to figure out how to fix our own problems without depending on some leader that we put in a position of power that they have only because we've given it, then it doesn't work.
Absolutely.
We are the largest special interest group, we the people. We are the largest lobby, we the people. And if we are not actively pushing our agenda, we the people, then guess who is?
And that
special interests and lobby groups.
But that includes not just being a talking head for your party. And anybody who's researched Allie and I for any length of time will find out that we are very much persona non grata with the typical Republican establishment, especially here in Florida. That's because we call balls and strikes on both sides of the aisle. We're willing to negotiate and be involved in dialogue, but if you're just going to be somebody who logs in at, because you're paid by USAID that was funded a long time ago,
or DEI,
or Soros, and you're just here to throw some shade, you know what?
Go back under the bridge.
We don't need the shade. We don't need the shade today.
Because we're bright lights, babe. We shine bright whether you
and
like
we
it or
don't
not.
burn, we tan because we're Latina. Oh my gosh, we'll try to get it back on schedule. Guys, let's take a listen, obviously, to one of our faves, Byron Donalds. He's talking about Arctic frost, which for those of us in the southeast United States, it felt like that this morning, Arctic frost. But that is when the government spied our congressional leaders, the people we elected into office. And let's take a listen to Byron Donalds.
We should know. Number one, I think it was Judge Boasberg was the judge who signed off on all this stuff. He needs to lose his seat as a judge. That needs to go. Number two, they need to be called into Congress. But the third part is, because Congress will happen, we'll do that stuff. The Department of Justice is really going to have to go through this. And if there were criminal violations, they have to be prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. This is worse than Watergate. As much as everybody wants to talk about Watergate and everything around Richard Nixon, this is significantly worse because while they were using the judicial system to go after their political rival, they were also in the background protecting Joe Biden from the American people with the AutoPen investigation and then silencing the American people through social media, strong-arming media companies to silence the voices of Americans. This is the most corrupt presidential administration, the Biden administration, in the history of our country. Heads need to roll.
Absolutely.
Oh,
listen,
I don't know why people don't want him to be governor of Florida. I don't understand.
Because with that kind of leadership, Florida stays the FAFO state.
Right, exactly. Because he knows, he understands. First of all, he has already served several years in our legislature. And then he went to Congress. And while he was in Congress, he traveled the entire nation for the most popular president of our time to get Black people and Hispanic people to vote for President Trump. People that would have never voted for a Republican. But when they saw him come into the room and go into these barbershops and speak and talk shop and talk principle and talk policy without being disrespectful, without attacking somebody personally, and guess who showed up? Black and Hispanic people showed up en masse to vote for President Trump. Why do you not want that in Florida?
Listen, we can have a lot of great gubernatorial candidates because I'm going to tell you, in the state of Florida, even though I don't agree with a lot in the establishment GOP, we do have a lot of wonderful people that are up and coming. But yes, can we talk about the up and coming and the bench? Those of you out there that I know you watch this show and you troll all the time, and I love you, but let's talk about the fact that Allie and I stand here every day and we tell people, go get involved, go get involved, go get involved. And then the party says that, then the grassroots say that, and everybody's like, yeah, get out and get involved. And then you draw all of these new people into the party or into the America First movement, and now they're stepping up to run. And what are they told? What are these young people told? What are these newcomers told? What are these women told?
Your dress doesn't go.
Change how you dress. Change the shoes you wear. The lipstick is a little too loud. I'm sorry, do we want people who look like politicians, or do we want people that look and sound like you and I? You can't ask for new blood and then try to mold them into the old blood, because you know what happens when you take political candidates and you want to put them through the mold? They're used to being molded. They go and serve once they're elected, and they expect to still be molded. You want people that go in 10 toes down, that are who they are. They say what they say.
And it's about principle.
Absolutely.
And policy.
You need individuals to go serve. So that's my little soapbox stand today. Don't call for new blood and then expect us to blend with old blood.
But I love how Byron Donalds is calling out the impeachment of these judges, because these judges are legislating from the bench, and that is not their proper role of government. When you operate outside the consent of the people and you're operating outside of your lane, you become tyrannical. You are not representative government. You are representing your own interests.
You want to talk about representative government, guys? The House Oversight Committee just ruled that the documents, all the documents that were signed using Biden's AutoPen are invalid. Watch out, Fauci. Watch out. Take a listen.
Committee set to release a report after a series of interviews with more than a dozen key Biden aides. That committee calling on the DOJ to review all of Biden's executive actions signed by AutoPen and avoid any orders signed without his full knowledge and consent.
And we have brand new video just released as those aides appeared before the committee.
He hand-signed many executive orders, but he did not hand-sign all executive orders.
Do you know any of the actual staff who were using the AutoPen?
No.
You don't know their names?
No.
His rhetorical skills were not as strong as they had been, and his speeches were less effective, I thought.
I think it's fair to say within a few days after the debate, he was aware of my view that I thought it was prudent to consider getting out of the race.
He said himself he wasn't as good debater as he used to be, or he wasn't speaking as well as he used to. That's something that he said. He actually spoke to.
Bring it back.
So for a lot of us, that's the first time.
Hold on. Didn't KJP go on a book tour and say, when she was asked, did you know that there was this mental decline of Joe Biden? She was like, look, I'm black and I'm queer, and we're here to talk about my book. Like, but now in like this, now she's saying that, he said that he wasn't the best debater.
Chapter was that in her book? Because I thumbed through it. It was like New York worst seller, but I thumbed it. There was not in there. There was no chapter.
I am so glad that
when you're under oath.
Yes. I'm so glad. I'm so glad this is happening. Guys, pop all the popcorn and give me all the wine.
And get all those Liberty cigars.
Yes, Liberty cigars. Oh my gosh. We have to take a break.
We have to
take a break.
We're going to tell you how to get your Liberty cigar and support Open Mic all at the same time.
They are the best cigars. They really, really are. They come with.
Bring one last night.
Yeah. I need to get a new box. Guys, they have this founder series that has like George Washington and like all of our founders in them. And the flavor profiles are just so robust. They're so amazing. Guys, check them out right now.
We'll be right back with more Open Mic. Don't go anywhere.
From the heart of Marietta, Georgia, comes a tribute to the spirit of liberty. Liberty Cigars, where history meets craftsmanship. Each cigar tells a story. The Founders Collection honors the visionaries who shaped a nation. The President's House Collection celebrates the leaders who steered it. And the Naval Series salutes the heroes who defended it. Handcrafted with precision, each blend mirrors the essence of its namesake. From the boldness of George Washington to the elegance of Thomas Jefferson. Indulge in a moment of reflection. Light a Liberty cigar and savor the legacy. Discover your story at libertycigars.com, because every great nation deserves a great cigar. Liberty Cigars, smoke the history. And don't forget to use promo code OpenMic for 10% off your order.
Gold IRA companies are a dime a dozen, especially in conservative media. We vetted out 34 companies and chose Augusta Precious Metals.
With the lowest across-the-board spreads in the gold IRA industry, Augusta saves Americans thousands of dollars.
They are the only major gold IRA company that has zero complaints from their customers. Zero. None.
Augusta Precious Metals does not have commissioned sales reps, which means their goals are aligned with yours.
They were the only gold IRA company that demonstrated integrity and transparency without using gimmicks.
The informative one-on-one web conferences by Augusta Precious Metals answer all of their customers' questions before they make a move.
If you're ready to learn about protecting your wealth and retirement with gold and silver, request your free gold guide from Augusta Precious Metals today.
Visit patriot.tv/gold. That's patriot.tv/gold today.
If you're not on TikTok, why not? And if you're not on our live there as well as here, you're missing all the good stuff during the commercial breaks and before and after the show. But welcome to Open Mic, ladies. Guys, we're just going to steamroll and keep going because there is some good news. The Supreme Court, Allie, just gave President Trump the green light.
That means go.
To deport illegals even faster. Deportation depot.
Okay, so check me out.
Yeah.
I was in a space the other day.
Okay.
Political theater. You can follow Trash Discourse. It's like this cute little panda with a mic. He's adorable with like the Biden eyes. They're adorable. He's just the cutest thing. Trash Discourse. He's super knowledgeable about all
Discourse. Okay.
Okay, so we're in political theater space, and they were saying that the most effective way to mass deport would be to use the cruise ships.
I've never been on a cruise.
Neither has a lot of people. But neither have I, but neither has any of the illegal aliens. So if you offer them a one-way ticket on a cruise ship where you get boarding and you can get, you can do all the things. There's slides and
you know what you
and
could
casinos.
Do? You could even give like less, because it's going to take a couple days.
Yeah.
So you could even do like story time of like how America was founded and why we have the immigration laws that we have and how to get here legally. But can we just talk about this for a second? There are hundreds of thousands of people trying to become legal citizens right now that have gone through the process. They can't because the government shut down. Their paperwork won't go through.
Is like short. They're like, oh well, I'm sorry.
That makes sense.
It's rude.
But take a listen to, according to the Supreme Court ruling.
I want to know.
Because Caroline Leavitt is talking about the alien enemies attacks. Take a listen.
Now we have a Fox News alert. The Supreme Court just cleared the way for Trump to deport illegals even faster. The High Court ruled that Trump can use the Alien Enemies Act to send Venezuelan gangbangers to a mega prison in El Salvador. This is a huge ruling in Trump's favor and a major win for the country. After, as you know, D.C. Judge James Boasberg ordered a stop to the deportations. So this is pretty significant. These deportations, Caroline, can keep going.
This is a massive legal victory, Jesse, a massive victory for law and order and for our constitutional republic and the sovereignty of the United States of America. We called on the Supreme Court to rein in these activist judges like Judge Boasberg, who was completely out of line in trying to say that the president didn't have the executive authority to deport foreign terrorists off of our soil. We have always maintained the position at the White House that the president was well within his constitutional authority to do so. And this decision proves that President Trump and our administration have always been right from the beginning. He will continue to utilize the Alien Enemies Act to remove.
Well, there's nothing better than when somebody tells you you've always been right from the beginning.
Right.
This is true. And this is a part of reining in those activist judges, the same ones that Byron Donalds was talking about. But I want to, just for the sake of time, I want to keep cruising because you had sent me something yesterday about Tulsi Gabbard, who dropped, I hope her security is really, really top notch because she just dropped, this is the director of national intelligence, she confirmed that the deep state never wanted you to know this. Take a listen.
One of the most significant pieces of evidence that was revealed in that report we released yesterday is the fact that Russia claimed to have very, very damaging information, high-level DNC emails relating specifically to Hillary Clinton's physical and mental health, and DNC leaders questioning whether or not, if elected, she would even be capable of carrying out the duties of the presidency. Russia had this. If they wanted to swing the election for Donald Trump, they would have released it in September, October of 2016 at a pivotal time to swing momentum into Donald Trump's direction and damage Hillary Clinton's campaign. They did not do that deliberately.
So this brings to ask, though, what would have happened if Hillary Clinton would have been elected, besides the fact that it would have given Slick Willie a lot of free time in the White House, and nobody wants that. But this could have led to blackmail. If a foreign country has hacked your emails and is able to say you're unfit to be, and we'll release this unless you do X, Y, and Z.
She could have been Nero.
Oh, Emperor Nero.
Guys, do a little bit of history research on Emperor Nero. So Hillary Clinton, and our TikTok audience couldn't hear that, but essentially what Tulsi Gabbard came out and said was that the Russian government had proof that Hillary Clinton was a psychopath.
She was on medication, according to the emails that have been released now. This is public information.
Yes.
Thanks to Tulsi Gabbard, that she was unfit. Mentally and
unfit,
and that they had this information that Russia did, and if they were really trying to sway the election for Trump, they would have released this 100%.
And if she would have gotten in, there would have been a whole lot of blackmail. But I think somebody that mentally unstable who is on different kinds of medication, tranquilizers to keep her mood down.
Ivermectin. He was on horse tranquilizer. So, and let's take a listen now, because it doesn't just stop there. We were right about everything. We told you, taxpayers, that you bought and paid for gain-of-function research in the Wuhan lab. You paid for it and turned around. It came to this country and killed your loved ones. But don't take my word for it. Don't take Allie's word for it. Take Tulsi Gabbard's word for it. Here you go.
But the thing that we are working with Jay Bhattacharya, the new NIH director, on with, as well as Secretary Kennedy, is looking at the gain-of-function research that, in the case of the Wuhan lab, as well as many of these other biolabs around the world, was actually U.S. funded and leads to this dangerous kind of research that, in many examples, has resulted in either a pandemic or some other major health crisis.
Well, let me ask you specifically, because we already know that EcoHealth Alliance was partnering with this Wuhan lab to do gain-of-function research.
That's right.
We just have never been able to have somebody say, it was that exact experiment that led to this COVID bug. But have we gotten there? What's the new thing that you're digging in on?
We are working on that with Jay Bhattacharya and look forward to being able to share that, hopefully very soon.
Okay, so bring it back, Krista.
That specific
So for those
link.
of us that are watching on TikTok that maybe can't hear that, that is Tulsi Gabbard saying that she's working with the new NIH director with information coming out shortly that in fact proves that the gain-of-function research we were funding as taxpayers through EcoHealth Alliance over in the Wuhan lab 100% led to the COVID virus that killed so many of our loved ones. Well, let's be honest, it was the misdiagnosis and the mistreatment of those once they went to the hospital. Because nobody who wasn't in the very few people who didn't go to the hospital died.
Right.
All the deaths were in the hospital.
In the hospital.
Explain that one to me.
Are we going to make people cry now?
Yep. Okay, so it's Friday. Glue on those lashes, ladies. Get the tissue ready. Erika Kirk says that Charlie Kirk, as any good man would do, left a lot of not only sweet notes for his beautiful bride, but a journal of really what he had intended for Turning Point going forward. Take a listen.
You feel Charlie here right now.
I know you do too.
I feel him too. Well, God bless you.
Jesse, you're
and God bless Turning Point USA. What do you hope to achieve for Charlie and for the country?
Oh my goodness. All of his wildest dreams for this organization and more. He left me a blueprint and all of his journals, but more so than that, I was his vault for literally everything. He shared everything with me, his vision, his dreams, and I know now more than ever, I mean, he was always a hard worker, but now more than ever, he's up in heaven orchestrating and sitting and strategizing, and I can just feel it. I can feel it. And so all I want is to be able to make sure we honor Charlie, we keep fighting the good fight, and we do it in such a bold and powerful way. We're not afraid. I'm not afraid. I'm not.
Erika's right. Charlie was with us
Bring it back,
last
Krista.
night. Right.
And so so many people have been very hard on Erika. No matter what you believe about the investigation, this is his widow who's left to raise his 2 young children. And people have been really harsh on her for the way that she grieves, for the way the speed at which she stepped in to fill a void, for her daring to laugh in the last few days and few weeks, for the pants that she wore, again with the women and what we wear. Listen.
Good Lord.
Tell me you didn't like women's suffrage without telling me that you want to drag us back to women's suffrage. Her pants look great. Can we talk about the fact that she's an intellectual woman who's sharing actual thought?
That part.
I'm not going to.
I can't. But I mean, she said that he left her a blueprint and she She knows that he is in heaven orchestrating and strategizing for her TPUSA. And I just love that. I think it's amazing.
Hey, do you guys ever watch like The Bachelor? I mean, be honest, like we all have that one show that
boy.
like mine was Housewives for a while. This is kind of like a guilty, like you're like, well, I think you watch it to make you feel better about your own life, to be honest.
I'm not,
maybe.
I can't.
Okay, well, but this is very cringe. This is very cringe. Obviously, we want anybody but Mandami to be elected New York City mayor. But he's getting really desperate, and it's really cringy. And this is an actual video that he put together and put on Instagram, mimicking like this, where they get awarded the rose when they're chosen kind of thing. Oh my gosh, take a listen. Take a look. I'll play it here. Yeah.
You deserve better. You deserve to be able to raise your family here, to be safe, to travel where you need to, free of costs and worry. You deserve someone who works as hard as you do, who thinks about you every second of the day. That's the kind of mayor I promise to be. New York, will you accept this rose?
Paid for by Zoran for NYC.
I mean, sorry, I had to turn the volume on to be able to let our TikTok audience. Will you accept this rose? It was extremely cringe.
It'll be a death rose. Don't accept it. It's a death rose. Have you ever seen Snow White? Don't take it.
Listen, our favorite,
poison.
Our favorite Brandon Straka had
Sleeping Beauty. It's gonna prick you, and you're gonna be asleep forever.
Every rose has its thorn, and if it's a communistic thorn, throw that stuff out. Take a look at
Don't take it anymore.
Straka, the walkaway movement up there in New York.
Love him. He's
I love
amazing.
it. He came out with this like right away. Take a look.
Dang.
You deserve someone who works as hard as you do. That's the kind of mayor I promise to be.
Next one. No, there you go. Yeah.
Okay, ladies, we need to have a real talk about Zoran Mamdani. Yes, he's cute, he's charming, and he might get you to pause your scroll. But let's talk about some things about Zoran that are not cute. Ladies, he's saying that you need a man in government to take care of you, that somehow women can't run their own lives or businesses or families or careers without him. He's giving major toxic boyfriend energy. He wants women, minorities, honestly everyone to believe that you can't succeed on your own, that without him providing for you, you would just crumble. Mamdani wants you to stay stuck in that victim role because his socialist ideology is all about exploiting people who are struggling. But ladies, you know better. You don't need some condescending politician telling you you're helpless. New York City women are strong, capable, and fully equipped to build the life that you want. Guys like Zoran Mamdani who believe that women can't survive without a man are anti-feminist and demeaning. That's the opposite of empowerment. Zoran, New York City women don't need rescuing by you. So yeah, cute guy, charming smile, but your views on women? Caveman. New York City women deserve respect, not a man telling them how to live and what to do.
New York, will you accept this rose?
Take your rose, Zoran? Hard pass.
Paid for by Defeat Mamdani PAC.
My goodness.
Ooh, thank you, Brandon.
That is an amazing freaking ad.
Let's go, Brandon.
Brandon. Honey, I love you. That was amazing.
It was amazing because you guys,
go follow Brandon Straka. That was awesome.
Well, and it takes. Listen, Mandami does remind me of a Barack Obama, a little bit more bold in saying the quiet part out loud. Barack Obama, they did a great job of training him to not say the things that we all kind of knew were happening behind the scenes. But Mandami, not so much. They're like, go ahead, full throttle, say these things out loud. But I'm hearing, and what I'm reading in some of the comments is that people think this guy's charming and cute, and like sweet, and like crushing on him. Is that a thing? Do we not put men through the basic test of like, are you a communist? Like, do we not do that?
I bet you if he was a woman, they'd be talking about how short her damn skirt was and how high her heels are and how bold her lipstick is and how her hair being curly is out of place. Ask me how I know.
Got that comment too. Your hair's a little too full. Maybe it's like, what?
Ask me how I know. Look, if it's not about policy, I don't care.
Yeah.
This is wild. I'm so upset that New York is going through this right now because New York is like is home.
Yeah.
I go to the tri-state area. I'm pissed.
And let's not forget to tell everybody that's out there that is watching us from either Virginia or from New Jersey. We are currently in early voting, early in-person voting for your governorship. We want Chitterelli in New Jersey. We want Winsome Sears in Virginia. But you have to get out also in New York City and vote.
Anybody but Mamdani. Literally.
Like, vote for your sister instead of, like, write her in on the ballot. I'm just
so serious. If you don't want, vote. I'm going to say it. Lord help me.
He will. Go ahead, say it.
Vote Cuomo. Because if you don't, he's going, I swear, Mamdani's going to make Cuomo look like,
well,
a Furby.
And let's be honest. Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen. None of the federal funds no federal funds are flowing right now. But once the government's open, no help is coming. No aid is coming to New York City. Trump's already
said it. We're not funding Sharia law. We're not funding communism. Period.
Not going to happen. Okay, so we've done enough of the medicine.
Eric Trump would have got into the race.
I know, right? Oh, oh my gosh.
Trump.
Wait, let's see.
Because he knows. He knows the city.
Oh, my phone's over there. Yeah,
They've built it. They know all of the
we built this city.
Who said city?
What there's a song. Who built?
What do you mean? Misinformation for what, TikTok?
I didn't say trans Tifa.
Nobody said anything. My life does not contain the content mentioned. There you go.
Wow, lifetime censoring of open mic ladies right here on TikTok. I mean, all we're doing is showing video that corroborates everything we say. This is crazy. This is crazy.
You guys can't go somewhere else. You have to report my live.
Report it all you want. You're the ones that told on people butting in the line, didn't you?
You're a bunch of crybabies.
Guys, let's pivot a little bit to some good news. Last night, people were trick-or-treating. Now, I always brought my kids to some really cool neighborhoods, where they do it real big with the decorations and stuff. But it never occurred to me that there's actually communities that can go to the White House.
Are the ones that give out presents and prizes for parents.
What are they giving out?
Drinks.
Have you seen the videos where the moms are getting ready to go walk the neighborhood? They open their tumbler and they're like, wine, shots,
and popcorn and hot dogs. There's a house on our street that does popcorn, hot dogs, and ices.
Oh,
and then you would go down the street and they make margaritas on site. And I'm like, what are we doing? And then there's another house that does Jello shots, but then they have all the candy apples and all of they've so crazy with Halloween. Now you get stuffed animals and you get trinkets and I'm like, my kids come home and I'm like, what is all of this stuff?
Well, guys, it's not just celebrated in our neighborhoods, but apparently also at the White House. Take a look at this. I want our viewers to see these cute trick-or-treaters.
They were adorable.
And they all asked for a hug.
Oh, I can't zoom in.
They want a hug. Look, they want to hug the president.
Oh, look at that.
Aw. Aw, yes. Who is that? Oh, is he that's Star Wars, right?
That's what it looks like. Yes. My favorite was Trump and Melania.
We're gonna see.
You gave away. I'm sorry. Because I had already seen it. I'm sorry.
She's so cute.
I got excited.
I mean, it was a lot of fun, but yes, we will close it with this. There was a small Trump and a small Melania. And what I watched this because this little girl really pulls off the Melania thing. Take a look. And I think that's a little Elon.
No, it's security.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think it has security on his hat.
Are you sure? Oh, it is security.
That is so cute.
Look how beautiful she is with her little trench coat.
Aw, they're adorable. I love these kids.
That's amazing.
And then, so there's another video of Trump. Remember the last time he was in the White House?
We can bring it back, yeah.
they did. There was a minion, and he put the candy on top of the minion's head. Well, there was a kid that came in with marshmallows. Marshmallows, a DJ. So they came in with the marshmallows like mask, and he put the candy bar on top of his head. What is with Trump? I'm like, I don't know. He's so funny.
I totally voted for that, right?
He is the best president. I love it. I love it.
So I want to make sure that we remind our families to be safe tonight.
Yes, have fun.
Have fun, but listen, we in my day.
I was gonna say,
in my day, we used to have. Well, I don't remember how this started, but like the idea that there were things in the candy, and so we would have to take our candy to the emergency room and have it X-rayed.
What?
Because did you not?
No.
Do you guys remember that? There was like a fad. I mean, I grew up in the Midwest, and it was like people were putting. They found like things like metal. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't want somebody to do it. But like you had to go and X-ray your candy. But then I'm thinking about we just put all of our food through like a nuclear.
And then you ate it. No wonder y'all cracked out.
No wonder why we didn't survive COVID. We're the generation that X-rayed our candy.
That's crazy. Radiated candy. Great. We can't just hold it and feel it and figure out if it's.
But what if it's?
I know. But you could still.
No, you can't.
Well,
not by you have to.
Now you got to be careful of fentanyl. So just.
Oh my God.
It's a perfect time for you to teach your children about taxes. And it's a perfect time for you to teach your children about communism. They go out and they get all of the candy and they bring it home and then you pour it into the middle and then you take it and you're like
30%.
No, you take all of it because that's communism. You teach them communism. I mean, this is what's happening. Do you want this to happen? If I control the food, I control you. What are you going to do to get it back?
That's right. My gosh.
That's currently what's happening in our government right now. So, I mean, I don't know. I need to lay off the coffee today. No more.
More coffee.
Yes.
Guys, we will miss you over the weekend. Make sure that you follow us at
we
Open
got
Mic
some
Ladies.
Crazy good things coming up the next 2 weeks, you guys.
We do. Make sure you lock it here. Set your notifications and reminders so that you never miss an episode of Open Mic live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Make sure you share and tell your friends. Guys, we would love for you to sneak on over to our social media pages at Open Mic Ladies and share with us your trick-or-treat pictures. I would love to see that. Tag us at Open Mic Ladies.
Yes.
See what everybody's
We'll share them on the show on Monday. And you can always go to openmicladies.com to see any of our previous episodes, and to catch our new ones. And if you have a story you would like to share or a comment you would like to share, you can contact us at contact@openmicladies.com. We love you guys so much. Enjoy your weekend. Stay safe.
God bless you.
Bye.
Bye.
If you're like me, you don't necessarily like to go to the doctor unless you absolutely have to. I know a lot of you out there don't go to the doctor at all. That's great. Some of you love to go to the doctor. That's great. We all have our preferences. Our medical needs are fulfilled. We live in a nation where, despite all of the challenges we have, we still have the best bad option when it comes to healthcare. But sometimes you know exactly what you need. You know, for example, if you need ivermectin, you know if you need antibiotics or UTI treatments or chronic meds or symptom relief medications. This is why we work with our fantastic partners over at Jace Medical. You can learn more about them and work with them by going to patriot.tv/meds. That's patriot.tv/meds. And you can pick up a whole bunch of things. They got tons of products now. And I know there's a lot of companies out there that offer similar products, but these guys have been doing it for a very long time. They are the OGs, so to speak, and they have been able to innovate and advance in ways that other companies simply can't. They get mimicked a lot, they get copied a lot, but you can't do better than what they have over at Jace Medical. Their Jace case, for example, has improved. It used to be just 5 antibiotics, and that's great. That was important. I've had 2 of them. But now they've added another 5 for symptom relief meds, vital symptom relief medications. Of course, the aforementioned ivermectin. They have kits for cruises if you're going on a cruise this summer. Man, so many different options they have. Go to patriot.tv/meds, patriot.tv/meds, and see how their telehealth system is able to work for you. They just send the meds to you via mail. It's awesome. And best of all, you don't have to go to the doctor.